Honey, don't. I don't know. I can't think of a more clever way to open that up. Honey, don't. Me and my girlfriend saw the trailer for this a little while ago, and we were both looking at it like, something about that's vibing with us. We like the feel of that. So Thursday came. It wasn't in Cinemark. It was actually in my local smaller theater, which does more of the indie films, more of the Oscar bait films. And so we went down, saw it, and we watched it, and we both kind of felt the same thing. We liked this movie. This was actually a really fun movie. It's described as a neo-noir dark comedy detective film, which really does follow. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there because I was reading something that I'm like, yes, okay, that makes sense. It really does feel like what Driveway Dolls should have been. And I'm now reading this knowing that it's the second in a lesbian B-movie trilogy following Coen and Cook's Driveway Dolls. Evidently, Ethan Coen also helped direct that movie, and so I was wondering why it felt so tonally similar, and now I know. Because A, it's got Margaret Qualley, who is the daughter of Andy McDowell. I had to figure out that. I thought it was Meryl Streep. No, it's Andy McDowell. And that had her in there too. So yeah, it's like, if I had a nickel every time I've seen her in a lesbian movie, I'd have a 2.10 cents, which isn't a lot, but it's strange it's happened twice. And apparently we're going to get a third one eventually. But yeah, this feels more what Driveway Dolls really should have been. Now, if you remember Driveway Dolls from last year, you'll know I had fun with it. It's weird. It's kind of stupid. It's wacky, but it's fun. I had a good time with it. But this one seems to have a better head on its shoulders on what it needs to be. It is a murder mystery. Like, what happened to the person who gets murdered here? It's also got a little bit of a crime drama. She's a private detective. She's like trying to solve a case. It's got corruption. You have Chris Evans as this Chris Evans as a reverend who's apparently a cult leader too. Reverend Drew is also a drug dealer. You have Aubrey Plaza, who's a police officer, kind of an aide to her, confidential aide. You've got, some family drama in there. It has a better idea of what it's trying to be than something like Driveway Dolls. With Driveway Dolls, I got that it's kind of supposed to be a comedy, but it's going in a really weird direction, dealing with the dildos of powerful senators and all that, who have just molded their penises. These two lesbian friends who end up being a couple. I'm invested, but I'm also confused. But it handles itself better in that regard. It's humor. It's a lot funnier than Driveway Dolls 2. And that's because tonally it's working within its genre with the humor it has. There are some jokes that just had all of us kind of like dying a little bit. Are you macaroni without context is one of the funniest effing things I've heard all year. Are you macaroni? Are we macaroni? Without context, that is one of the funniest effing things I have ever heard. Yeah, and then there's like the actors are also all playing off each other really well. Chris Evans, he's always a joy. You can tell now that his MCU career is almost all but done. I'm sure he's coming back he's not coming back for Doomsday as far as we know, but he's probably coming back for a Secret Wars at least one more time. We do know that they've talked about when this is all said and done, recasting roles like Thor, like Iron Man and Captain America, Tony and Steve. But he's probably coming back for Secret Wars. We don't. That's not confirmed. He's probably coming back for Secret Wars. But yeah, now that his MCU career is done, it's actually fun to see him really branch out into these more unique roles, like we saw in Knives Out, where he was the bad guy, where we have him here, where he is a bad guy. But he's having such a delightful time being this dude, like douchey reverend cult leader who's kind of in it for the drugs that he sells, but also for the money he gets from it and the sex he gets from all his followers. And like, yeah, one of the carryovers from Driveway Dolls is the fact that yeah, this is a raunchy film. Not even raunchy. It is just there's lots of sex in it. And it's not just like, oh, like, humping behind the sheets or something like that tasteful stuff. Oh, no. There is sex. Like, you are watching people fuck. And, I'm like, I had to like, no, I was like, no, do we just go and watch lesbian stuff together, like, more often than I think we do? I'm not complaining. It's good stuff, but like, I'm just pointing it out. But yeah, but again, it's not like it's just for the sake of it. No, I mean it is within tone of the film. Like, it actually makes sense, these sex scenes. So it's while it is raunchy, it is raunchy. Again, raunchy is not the best word, but it is adult. Like, you wanted to just shoot it in a couple different ways, you could get an NC-17 on this film without too much difficulty, quite frankly. It really wouldn't be that hard. If you were to just, like, say, shoot it in a couple different angles and show maybe a little bit more of what's happening, you could get an NC-17 on this film. As it stands, it's earned that R. Actually, does it have a rating? One second. I'm not seeing a rating on this. My guess would be it's R-rated. Yeah, it's R-rated. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it definitely better be R-rated. Because if it's only PG, my God, what are we getting away with these days? But no, it works. Yeah, I mean, because you get the whole hard-bitten single, private eye, having the one night stands, not looking to connect, and then meeting that one person who they are kind of connecting with a bit more, and could there something go from there? There's the twists and turns also of what is going on, because there is a murder mystery in this too. And initially, like, when we see what the twist is, and who's responsible, I will admit I did not see it coming. Like, there really wasn't even any real clues up until we get to the reveal scene, and then as it's playing out, you're going like, oh, something's not right in this scene. So more and more is just not right, and then we get the reveal. And like, when you really break it down based on what we know of the, I can't say too much. Based on what we know of the parties in play, it was kind of hinted at, but in a really natural way where us as a viewer wouldn't have naturally figured it out. So I appreciate that. I really do. Also, just noting, Charlie Day's in the film. I'm always down for Charlie Day. He's a fun actor. I just enjoy his vibe. I think I got compared to Charlie Day in one of my out of the theater reactions too. And you know what? Thinking on it, I guess I do kind of have a little bit of a Charlie Day look to me. I mean, I'm a little bit more rugged and handsome, I think. But no, I suppose I do have a little bit of a look. Although I tend to wear a beard more often than not. Charlie does have a beard, but his beard's a lot thinner. I wear mine a little thicker. And I have glasses. He doesn't. So, yeah. And then again, he may wear glasses in real life. I don't know. But overall, I mean, look, I didn't hate the film at all. I really enjoyed the film. Is there anything I knock against the film? There is a plot point involving a person that I saw coming based on what a character says, but then there's more that gets involved, or not involved. There's more that's done with it, but then there's not. Like, it gets brought up, and then we have this scene involving this person, and it goes like nowhere. Like, there was really no point in having the scene except for one reason. There was like one reason to have it, and honestly, because it is kind of pivotal to a plot point in the film, but you could have easily figured out a different way to have that plot point happen. Either way, I thought this was pretty good. It's better than Driveway Dolls. I'll definitely say that. Is it the best film of the year? Oh no. Is it going to be in my top 10? Probably not. But I had a good time with it. If it's in a local theater near you, give it a shot. I think you might like it. And not just because there's girl-on-girl action, if you're a guy, but because it actually is a funny, dark, neo-noir crime mystery movie. And I dug it. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know if you're going to see it. If you have seen it, let me know what you thought, or if you think you will see it. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I got 2 other videos to do today. Dear God. I'll see you next time.